Let's take a look at grouping in Excel. Our data set today is a list of branches within a company, their revenue, and then their expenses, and then down to a net income line. Now this data set has a lot of data and information in it, which might be useful that if we wanted to dig into some of the patterns, but from a high level is a bit overwhelming. So we can use the grouping feature in Excel to make this data a little easier to view. Let's say we want to hide the branch information so that the total revenue line is the only line that we see initially when we look at this report. To do that, we would select the first row that we want to have hidden and the last row that we want to have hidden. Then we can go to Data and over here to Group. What that does is that creates a little bracket here that you can see there's a box with a little minus sign. If we click that, all the detail will now hide and this will become a plus. We can now click that plus and see the detail again. So grouping is just a way to quickly hide and unhide detail. Let's come down here and do the same thing for our expenses. And instead of hitting group in the data ribbon, we can use the shortcut key Alt-Shift-Right, which does the same thing. Now we've got two groups here that we can hide or show. One other note, this has created a box with a 1 and a 2 on it. If we click the 1, that collapses everything to that first level, and if we click the 2, it will expand everything into the second level. In addition to grouping rows, you can also group columns. So let's say we wanted to hide all this month detail. We can go Alt-Shift-Right, and now we can collapse that. If we click on this one again, now when we open this report, we see total revenue and total expense and net income all summarized. But if we wanted to investigate any one of the branches, we could click into here and see some of the detail. You can also add multiple layers to your groupings. So let's take a look at an example of that. We have some similar data here, but now the branches are broken out in between the North and the South division. Let's say that we wanted to group the North division and the South division and then have an overall group so that we can still collapse down to total revenue. So we can do a group there. We'll do a group there. So now if we click on this one, we just have the North division total and the South division total, and then total revenue. If we wanted to group this one layer more, we could start up here at the top and go all the way down to the South division. And if we hit our shortcut Alt-Shift-Right, now we've got another layer here that will collapse down to just total revenue. So that is the only line that we have. And again, we can click our boxes to see the various levels of detail that we've set up. If you wanted to remove the grouping, you just select the rows that have been grouped and you can come to Data and click Ungroup, or you can use the shortcut key Alt-Shift-Left, which does the same thing. And now we've only got one grouping. Thanks for watching, and until next time, go spreadsheet something awesome.